Very good morning. In this session, I'm going to build a Jenkins pipeline to deploy a React front-end app from Git repository. So before we proceed with this exercise, you have to complete some mandatory installation. Start with Git, Jenkins, Apache Tomcat, Maven and Java. You can go through the link and complete it. So in our application, in this example, so we have tried to deploy a e-commerce front-end application. So I already have the application in the Git repository. You can download the source link from this repository given. Just to download it. I'm just taking this source into my desktop window. Now right click and extract all. See, now what I want to do is, this is my front-end application that I want to deploy into Apache Tomcat, and I want to perform the continuous integration and continuous deployment through Jenkins. So before we do that exercise, let me try to check whether it is running locally perfectly or not. I want to run this application locally, whether it is perfectly running or not. Just to type cmd and take code space dot to open your source code into the Visual Studio environment. See, in this application there is no node modules were installed. So go to this terminal. I want to install the node modules first. Just to type cmd npm install. Just to type npm install. So now you can see that there is a node module folder is created where you can find all the related libraries. So it will take another 1 minute time to complete the installation. Let's wait for some time. So now successfully node modules were installed. I want to install one more package called npm install npm space I space white. Just enter. It is successfully done. Now you can run the application npm space run space dev. So now you can see that there is a URL just to, which is deployed with the localhost colon 5173/e-commerce. So now our application successfully deployed into my local machine, which means our source code is perfectly running. So now what I want to do is I want to deploy these application into Jenkins. I want to configure this application into Jenkins and Tomcat for the final deployment. Okay, so I want to perform the continuous integration and continuous deployment with the Jenkins. So let me close it. Okay, so now you can see that this is the source code which is completely ready. So I want to push this source code into the Git repository first. So let me create a new repository. Just to click this create new repository and provide the repository name. And it is a e-commerce front-end application. So I am just keeping this as the e-commerce front one. So okay, so yes, this is available, otherwise I'll keep it as a e-commerce front end. Let me keep it as a front end, e-commerce front end. Okay, so let me take this repository as the public repository and now create this repository. Okay, so now you can see that these are the basic codes where you can use this code to push your source code from local to this remote repository. Okay, so let me go into that folder. Okay, so this is the file I want to push. So let me type cmd in the address bar. Okay, just the first command is git initialization, git space init, enter. So now you can see that there is a empty git is initialized now. If you want to check the status of all the files, git space status. So now all the files are in the development environment. I want to move that into the staging environment, that is git space add space dot. So everything is now moved into the staging environment. So you can see that everything is now moved into staging environment. So let me create a commit git space commit space hyphen m space within double quotes first commit. So this is optional, just enter. So successfully created the commit. So let me create a new branch. So whatever the files now pushed, so now committed with the master branch, I want to create a new branch with the name main. Git space branch space hyphen m space main. So right click, just enter. Successfully created a main branch, followed by I want to add the remote origin into my local repo. Just to copy and enter. Successfully remote origin is added into my local repository. Let me push the source code from local to the remote repository by using the git push -u origin main command. Just enter. So now what happens is our code successfully pushed into the repository. Just to refresh the code, refresh the repository. Now you can see that all the files available into the repo. Okay, so now the first part is completed. The next one, I want to finally deploy our application into Apache Tomcat server. So let me open localhost :9090. So I have installed our application into 9090 only. Now it is showing that site cannot be reached. Why? Because the server is not yet started. So manually we need to start. Let me go to C drive, then that program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9.0. Then under the bin there is a Tomcat 9 application is there. Just to double click that application so that the server will start. Again, just to come back, just to type 9090. Okay, so now you can see that Apache Tomcat is successfully running. Go to this manager app. See, so here under this application you can able to see all your deployment. Actually your application going to deploy here only. Under this application only you will have your application going to deploy. Okay, so now, so let me configure our Jenkins. Okay, actually Jenkins will act as an intermediary between your source repository as well as your server. Okay, let me keep this is center. It will act as an intermediary between your source as well as the server. So which I have already installed with the localhost :8080. Okay, now let me open with the admin. Okay, so now you see that whenever you are first time user, just to come to this manage Jenkins, and I want to deploy our front end application. So that is the React. So I want to add a plugin. The plugin name is Node.js. Okay, so now you see that if you click on this available plugins and type Node.js, you see that I'm not getting any Node.js package because I already installed it. Okay, go to this install plugin and verify whether it is installed or not. Successfully installed. For you people, if you are using this is for the first time, just to go to available plugin, search for Node.js and check the tick the checkbox and install it. Okay, so now come to your dashboard, and I want to create a new item. So that is e-commerce front end. Okay, so this is the e-commerce front end. So I want to create. Let me create a new freestyle project and click OK. And you can keep the description as same, e-commerce front end CI/CD using Jenkins. So just for a description only, let me go to the source code management, click on this git, and now take a repository URL. So repository URL, take the URL from this green button. Just to take the URL, just to click, now paste it. So I don't want any credential because this repository is the public repository. So now you want to add the branch. See, as per my repository, the branch name is the main branch. So I need to change this as the main branch. It's a main branch. Okay, so let me add the triggers. Click on this poll SCM and schedule your bills. Star space, star space, star space, star space, star. There are 5 stars are there. There is a meaning for each tab. This is actually a cron job where you can able to schedule your bills. First star indicate it is the minute which represent 0 to 59. Second star indicate the hour 0 to 23. Third star indicate it is the day 1 to 31. The fourth one indicates it is the month 1 to 12. And the fifth one indicates it's a week 0 to 6. Okay. So now let me delete the environment before your new build starts. Just click on the first option followed by build step. So there are 3 build steps I need to add under this execute Windows batch command. First build command is I want to install the npm in Jenkins also. For that, call space npm space install. Okay, so followed by the next command is call space npm run build. Okay, first command is call space npm space install. Second one call space npm space run space build. Okay, so now again go to build step and second option execute Windows batch command. So now you can see actually after the build completed there is a var file will be generated. If you go to the C folder, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9.0 and web apps. Under the web apps you can able to see here only there is a folder will create. Inside that folder you can able to see your deployment. Okay, so initially I don't have anything, only docs manager and root alone there. Okay, so let me tell you. So what I want to do now, I want to create one folder here, that folder with the name e-commerce. Okay, folder with the name e-commerce. I need to create with the name e-commerce only. Why? Because the same context path I have given in the front end also. So you have to create with the e-commerce folder only. So if there is any existing folder with the name e-commerce, I want to remove it. For that I need to write a command. rmdir space /s/q/ the URL. Okay, so just to take the complete path and within double quotes paste it slash. Okay, just spelling is most important. E-commerce. See, I have to create with the folder e-commerce only. Why? Let me tell you the reason for keeping this e-commerce. Now in the front end, so there is a white config file is there. Okay, so here I have given the base context path as a e-commerce, so that I have to give this as a exactly e-commerce. Okay, so now I want to create a new directory with the, if the directory is not available, I want to create it. Before that, let me tell you the meaning for sq. S means I want to remove all the subdirectories. Q means it is the quiet mode. Okay, so next one mkd, I want to create a new directory. What directory I want to create is that e-commerce directory. Okay, so with the name e-commerce I want to create a new folder. So next one, whenever the build completed, in this step whenever the build completed, it will try to generate a var file. That var file which is available under the folder, default folder called dist folder. Okay, so those dist folder you want to copy it into this e-commerce. Okay, let me do the operation xcopy -e /e/i/y dist /star followed by within double quotes. Again you can mention the same path. Okay, so xcopy -e indicate it is the copy all the subdirectories. /i indicate it is the destination is the folder. That y indicate it is the overwrite confirmation. Okay, so this is the default folder where it will create a build file. So I want to copy it into e-commerce. So that's all, we have completed everything. So let me save it. So now you can start the build. click on build now. So if you want to see the more build logs, click here and check the console output. So let me wait for some time. So if the build gets successfully done, here you will get a green sign tick mark. So now you can see that build is successfully done. If you want to see the console output, go to this console output and see that the build is successfully done. Okay, so now go to this where you can see the output means our application will run in, application will going to deploy in localhost 9090. Let me take one more time, localhost 9090. Go to this manager app. So now you can see that there is a e-commerce. So this under the application you can able to see this e-commerce as the context path. If you click on it, here you can see the deployment. Okay, at the same time you can see that folder what I told you, Tomcat 9.0 web apps, there is a e-commerce folder is created. So here only the build is generated. Okay, so now we have successfully what we did, our source code available in the Git repository. You have deployed our application into Apache Tomcat with the port number 9090 with a context path as /e-commerce, and this will act as an intermediary. Okay, so now let me try to show you how the continuous integration and continuous deployment is happening. So continuous integration and continuous deployment mean if there is any changes happening in the source repository, automatically the build will start, because in the configuration we already said that star, which means that every minute it try to do a new build if there is any changes identified in the Git repository. Okay, let me go to e-commerce. Let me change a small modification. You see that here you can find only e-commerce, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this e-commerce as a e-commerce KLU app. Let me go to this front end. So let me go to this SRC folder. Otherwise, we will do one thing. We will try to push it from the local, that is local folder. Okay, let me open the file here. Go to this SRC folder. Let me go to this components. Go to this home page. Okay, so there you can see something called the line number 36. You can find something called e-commerce app. Okay, so now here I'm going to change it as KLU app. That is e-commerce KLU app. Just to save it, save the application or save the file, homepage file. Okay, just now again just come to your same command prompt. Now you can check the status, git status. So now you see that there is one file which is modified. The file name is a homepage.jsx. Let me this is the development environment. I want to add this into a staging environment. Git space add space dot. Okay, so now the next one, git space commit space -m space. Now it is a second commit. Look, let me keep it as a second commit. Successfully done. So now what you can do now, directly you can keep this as the git push. If you are keeping this push, sometimes it may not work. Let me try first. Okay, it is successfully done. Git space push space -u space origin space main. Let me go to this repository. Just to refresh here. Refresh and check it out. Go to this e-commerce front end. Now you see that. So this SRC is the second commit now. See, now what happens? Now again just to come to your Jenkins, see that I didn't done anything. See, I didn't started any new builds, and you can check it out here. There is after 1 minute duration, it will try to do a new build. Why? Because there is a change happen in the source repository. Let me refresh this page so that you can feel the difference. So actually this build will happen in next minute. So now you see that there is a second build started. So this build automatically started without any manual intervention. That we call it as continuous integration. So again the same process will happen. That is, it will try to build and try to test your application. See, second build also successfully done. Again, just to go here, go to this localhost colon 9090, go to this manager app and go to this e-commerce. Now you can check it out. So now our application is successfully updated and we successfully done our continuous integration and continuous deployment with Jenkins. Thank you.